You are watching the 5-part series on getting started dating online without being drawn into online dating traps. This tip in this video, we're going to be going over why it's important to keep your conversations within a dating site versus going over to text messages. This is a really common request that you'll find from a lot of people is people feel more intimate sometimes when they're using their text messages versus going through the site. Sometimes people get annoyed with paying for fees. And you'll find a lot of requests like this where, hey, let's go to text message or let's go to WhatsApp. They'll want to go to another site or to text messaging. The problem with these kind of requests is they can be fairly innocent. They also could be a sign of a catfish. So, catfishing scams are people who hide behind their pretend persona. So, they're not really this lonely soldier just wanting to connect with somebody in the States. This is really somebody who's just trying to earn a living. That you're their job, like scamming you is their income. So this is why it's so important that if we're talking to somebody online and we really feel in love with them, is we have to verify that they're a trustworthy person. So with this tip, we're going to be focusing if you're meeting somebody within the dating site, make sure you stay within the dating site. This advice comes from the Federal Bureau of Investigations, and they put out warnings about romance scams. Romance scam is a form of confidence scam. So this is somebody who tries to get your confidence. So in this case, it's confident that it's love. And once you feel in love and you're confident that this is like, the person for you, and then they go in and try to scam you out of your money. So if you stay within the dating site, the benefit of that is, especially if it's a paid kind of situation, is that you're talking to somebody who's really motivated a lot of times to be dating. So staying within the dating site for a short period of time could be a way to kind of, test, are they really, using the site, or are they doing their free, trial kind of thing and just trying to get you off the site so they don't have to keep paying. So that's one of the FBI kind of tips that you can do is to keep the chatting within the dating site. Now, personally, I don't think that's enough. I don't think that just chatting within a dating site is magically going to keep you safe. And the reason I say that is I've seen post boards that you can find online where catfishers are talking about how they'll go into a dating site to try to get nudes from people. So, it's not safe being in a dating site, but it could rule out certain people if you try to chat a little bit longer there. If they get annoyed by that, that might be a problem. But it's not enough by itself. So I want you to think about digging a little bit deeper than just staying in the dating site, but also really verifying the story that they're telling you. So you're going to hear terms like soulmate used very, very quickly. And you're going to also hear things like marriage getting brought up to try, if marriage is something that's in your personal dream, that they might be using that as a tool to help you feel more intimate a lot quicker than if you met somebody on the street. So I want you to, within this kind of chatting in the dating site, also don't send nudes. Whether you're in a dating site or not. These nude pictures, even though it can be really fun and exciting chatting with somebody and getting erotic, that we're sexual beings and, that stuff is exciting. But when people are using that to manipulate you, to make you feel like more intimate, and so they're saying, oh, I feel like we were meant to be, you're my soulmate. Don't buy the story, because at this point you might not even have verified who this person is. But if you have, that's great. You're on the great track with doing the investigating. But you might be talking to, again, 5 people at the same time who are just saying all these things to get you like hooked. And then what they're going to do is eventually ask you for money because they're going to get into some crisis that you need to bail them out. Maybe they can't afford a visa, or they, they're getting kicked out of their house and they have nowhere to go and they don't know what to do. And, there might be gang members coming to, try to target them. They'll come up with some sort of over the top story like that. That sounds like it could be like a Hollywood movie kind of thing. So remember, scams try to trick you into false intimacy. And that's the reason why you would try to stay in the dating site for a little bit, is to kind of test, how intimate are they trying to make this? Is it going too quickly? Are they using terms like soulmate? Again, these are red flags that you need to then investigate further to see if the red flag is really something to worry about or not. Because you may be chatting inside the dating site, things are going well, they're not trying to get too intimate too quickly, and you still end up in a bad relationship. So remember, these tools aren't everything that you need to do to love smart. But if you are in a dating site and somebody tries to lure you off the dating site and they're using terms like soulmate, be very careful of these situations, okay? All right, so stay tuned to the final video of this series where we're going to be going into a real easy tool to try to eliminate many of these catfishing scams. All right,